Happy Monday, everybody. After Friday's Google Meet, I realized that majority of you guys have never read the story Madeline. So I'm going to read it to you guys today. This is the front cover, the spine, and the back cover. If you can tell, Madeline is a very, very old story. Everybody should know the name of this page right here. That's correct. It's the title page. The story is Madeline, Stories and Pictures by Ludwig Bemelmans. So he is the author and the illustrator. What does the author do? The author writes the words. The author writes the words. Hi-ho, did you know? The author writes the words. The illustrator draws the pictures. The illustrator draws the pictures. Hi-ho, did you know? The illustrator draws the pictures. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines, lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. In 2 straight lines, they broke their bread, and brushed their teeth, and went to bed. They smiled at the good, and they frowned at the bad. And sometimes they were very sad. They left the house at 9:30. So 9:30 is the same thing as 9:30. We're learning about that today, right now, because remember, half of an hour is 30 minutes. So 9:30, they'd leave the house every day at 9:30. So they left the house at 9:30 in 2 straight lines. In rain or shine. The smallest one was Madeline. She was not afraid of mice. She loved winter, snow, and ice. To the tiger in the zoo, Madeline just said, pooh, pooh. And nobody knew so well how to frighten Miss Clavel. In the middle of the night, Miss Clavel turned on her light and said, "Something is not right." Little Madeline sat in bed, cried and cried. Her eyes were red. And soon after Dr. Cohen came, he rushed out to the phone. And he dialed, "Dan, Ton 10-6. Nurse," he said, "it's an appendix." Everybody had to cry. Not a single eye was dry. Madeline was in her arm. Madeline was in his arm, in a blanket, safe and warm. In a car with a red light, they drove into the night. If she's sick and she's in a car that has a red light, we can infer that she's in that's correct, an ambulance. Madeline woke up 2 hours later in a room with flowers. So if she's in a room with flowers after waking up 2 hours later from an ambulance, we can infer that she went to the correct hospital. She probably had surgery. Madeline soon ate and drank. On her bed, there was a crank. And a crank on the ceiling had the habit of sometimes looking like a rabbit. Outside were birds, trees, and sky, and so 10 days passed quickly by. One nice morning, Miss Clavel said, "Isn't this a fine?" Uh-oh, I wonder what Madeline's going to get into. She says, "Isn't this a fine day to visit Madeline?" So it looks like all the girls are loading up and they're going to go visit Madeline. They're bringing her flowers. Visitors from 2 to 4 read a sign outside her door. Tiptoeing with solemn face, with some flowers and a vase. We can use our context clues to figure out what that word means. We can infer that the word solemn means, based on our pictures, that it means sad. And I went ahead and I Googled it for you guys. But solemn means not cheerful or smiling, so very serious. In they walked, and then they said, "Ah," when they saw the toys and candy in the dollhouse from Papa. But the biggest surprise by far, on her stomach was a scar. She's showing everybody her scar on her belly. She seems to be pretty proud of it. She's going to show it off to everybody. "Goodbye," they said. "We'll come again." And the little girls left in the rain. They went home and broke their bread, brushed their teeth, and went to bed. In the middle of the night, Miss Clavel turned on the light and said, "Something is not right." And afraid of a disaster, I wonder what's not right. Make a prediction. What's gone wrong? Let's see if your prediction is correct. Miss Clavel ran fast and faster. I can relate to Miss Clavel because I can sometimes feel when something's not right with my baby. So she has these 12 girls to take care of, and she has like this motherly intuition. And she said, "Please, children, do tell me what is troubling you." And all the girls cried, "Boo-hoo! We want to have our appendix out too." "Good night, little girls. Thank the Lord you are well. And now go to bed," said Miss Clavel. And she turned out the light and closed the door. And that's all there is. There isn't any more.